failure to pay rent, failure to maintain utilities, repeated blocking of repair efforts by the landlord, aggressive behavior.
What?
The fact that you're late at all is all the landlord has to prove.
He called me a stupid nigga with a machete in his hand.
Mr. Jackson threatened our contractors with a gun.
Threaten your I got a criminal trespass.
Hey!
Many folks who aren't from the United States, and unfortunately, many folks who are, don't realize just how wildly different the laws of one state can be from another. Case in point, this one. This guy is completely caught up on rent, but they get to try to evict him anyway. I just dropped a video from Michigan where the tenant got some serious grace after showing up drunk to her eviction hearing. Judge Simpson would flip out if the tenant were all caught up and the landlord still wants him out. But this is Texas, and they play a whole other game here. But this tenant is going to try his best to derail this hearing and delay the inevitable. Let's roll, nerds.
Let's move to the next one then. It's going to be 25-000902 Bridgepoint Investments versus Reginald Jackson. On behalf of Bridgepoint.
Yes, Your Honor. This is Hong Lee. I'm here.
Do I have someone on behalf of Reginald Jackson? Is there anyone here on behalf of the defendant, Reginald Jackson? I see a J Jackson 9. If that's you, you'll need to unmute or press *6.
Can you hear me?
Are you Mr. Reginald Jackson?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Good morning, sir. All right.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm just fine. Mr. Lee is here representing the landlord Bridgepoint. Mr. Lee, tell me why this eviction is being sought.
Yes, Your Honor. We are filing eviction for multiple lease violations. We're requesting possession of the unit. We're not so much concerned about the past due rent, although that is another item. The multiple lease violations include failure to pay rent. Currently, he owes $343.02. The next violation is failure to maintain utilities at the residence. It appears the gas service was turned off and he left it turned off for, we're not sure how long, but it seems at least a few months. And our lease requires utilities to be turned on for safety reasons as part of our lease in our residence. And yeah, especially in the winters, need to be on.
Okay, so he didn't pay rent and he turned off the gas. What's the monthly rent, Mr. Lee?
Ma'am, that's not true.
Mr. Jackson, you'll get a chance to respond. But Mr. Lee, what's the monthly rent?
The rent is $1,610, and there are two other violations I wanted to mention.
What are the other two violations?
Multiple unauthorized dogs. He has dogs, and they've been there for many months. The violation is repeated blocking of repair efforts by the landlord. I've uploaded conversations and evidence on July 18th, July 22nd, and August 25th. Our efforts and details on the tenant's aggressive behavior towards our contractors who are trying to make repairs, and he even at one.
Okay, here's the thing, Mr. Lee. You can win on just non-payment, which is what you put in your petition. So let's get to that. How much is the monthly rent? $1,610. Is there any subsidy on it?
There is. It's a Section 8 subsidy.
So what is the defendant's actual portion of the rent?
His portion is $205.
What?
That's different than what you put in your petition. Mr. Jackson,
yes, ma'am.
you get a chance to respond, but you're actually just yelling out and disrupting, okay? Don't do that. Yes, Mr. Lee, in your petition, you said the rent was $1,585 and the defendant owed $208.
Okay.
So which is it?
That's correct. It is $208. I misspoke. I thought $205, but it is $208.
All right. What months of rent were unpaid?
Actually, in the earlier this month of September, he made a payment, but that doesn't cover the court filing fee of $143.02 that's on his account. And his dog violation fee is actually well over $300, but we're only charging him $200.
Mr. Lee, in your petition, you said he hadn't paid rent. What's the first day he didn't pay rent on time?
September 1st.
Okay. In your petition, you tell me that you gave a notice June 6th.
So we gave multiple notices. He caught up then, well, mostly caught up then, and then this dragged out until September, and he was late on September as well. And he had these other lease violations that came up as well. So that's why we have multiple, the 4 reasons for eviction here.
Your petition doesn't list anything except non-payment. So I am ignoring any and all of the other lease violations because the thing you sued him for and that you gave him notice of was non-payment. And in your petition, you said you gave him notice June 6th and that he owed $416. So testify as to that, Mr. Lee.
Okay, so he didn't pay the court filing fee of $143.02.
The court filing fee is not something you can sue to evict him on. He has to have breached the lease before. So if you gave him a notice in June, what was the reason you gave him a notice in June for?
For non-payment of rent.
And what was that non-payment from?
It was from the month of June and the month of May. And the payment he did make, our lease states it's applied first to fee, like the court fees.
Every lease I've seen says it's going to go to the old rent. So if he has a balance, it goes to that first. I got it. So he didn't pay May's rent. Did he pay anything toward May or did he just miss it entirely?
He missed it.
Okay. And how about June? Did he pay June on time?
He did not.
Okay. And then eventually he made a payment and that caught him up?
That's correct. And we would like possession of the unit. We're not concerned about getting the rent at this point.
I understand. I'm just, in order to establish you have the right to seek possession, we got to get there. So he didn't pay in May. He didn't pay in June. You gave him a notice in June that said you're behind on your rent. And then eventually he came and he was able to bring it up, but he brought it up late.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And how about right now? Did he pay for September's rent?
He paid late for September.
When did he pay September's?
September 6th.
And when is rent due per the lease?
September 1st.
Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm just fine. Mr. Lee says he works for the landlord Bridgepoint. He says that at the lease, at your lease with at the Bridgepoint complex, your actual portion is $208. Mr. Jackson, is that correct? Is that your actual portion?
Yes, ma'am. At first it was $60, and all of a sudden it went up to $208, which I went ahead and paid. Ma'am, I went ahead and paid.
Mr. Jackson, Mr. Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you paid because they're not asking for money. The important question is whether you paid on time. So he says that in May, you did not pay the rent in full on May 1st. Is that correct?
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay. In June, on June 1st, did you pay the rent in full on time?
I was late in June.
Okay. Then, Mr. Jackson, the fact that you're late at all is all the landlord has to prove to be able to evict you today. And they are not asking for any amount of money. So the judgment today would be for no money. It would just be for possession.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
My rent, I owe nothing. My rent balance is zero.
Agreed. I just said that. You're not going to have a dime that you owe.
And I paid the court filing fee, $143.
You don't need to do that, sir.
$700. Ma'am?
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
I caught up on the rent and paid the eviction fee. He said, if you pay the eviction fee, we'll write this off and everything will be fine. I said, okay. Ma'am, I paid it up and everything was fine. Everything was fine until I called him and told him May 23rd that the garage ceiling was about to come down. He said, okay. He never responded. He responded twice after, like 2 weeks after. Ma'am, and the roof, the ceiling in the garage came down July 4th. He didn't have the maintenance to come out until July 23rd. Remind you that I made him aware of this, sent him pictures of letting him know that the garage ceiling is about to come down. July 4th, it came down. He didn't send a maintenance repair crew over until July 23rd. And when they came, man, they took the roof off the house. I could go in my garage and look straight up at the sky, man. And the night came up to where my security cam caught a big raccoon going through the holes that they left open in the roof, man. So that means there's a raccoon running around in the roof, in the garage roof, and the ceiling's down. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. I pleaded with him to get someone here. Well, he sent his two unprofessional maintenance people over here, but I ended up having to call the police on because he called me a stupid nigger and with a machete in his hand, which I felt threatened. I called Mr. Lee and made him aware of it. He didn't seem to care. He said, well, just stay out their way. Okay. Well, they would come at 7 o'clock in the morning, man, beat on the roof, so-called working, for 30 to 45 minutes, and then go. They don't come back until 2:30 to pick their equipment up. Remind you that everything they've tore off the roof is down on the ground. The tools is still on the roof. The equipment, the nails, and everything just left a mess. They'd come back and get their equipment, but leave the nails, the debris, and everything over the sidewalk, man. I'm disabled.
Mr.
My
Jackson,
caregiver called.
Mr.
My
Jackson,
caregiver called, and
unfortunately,
my caregiver called.
those are not defenses to the eviction.
Ma'am?
Mr. Lee, let me ask you one other question. Was this property filed under the Federal CARES Act?
It is not.
Okay. So that you gave a 3-day
The
notice.
city code came and deemed, ma'am, the city code came and condemned this house unlivable in July.
Mr. Jackson, you are
Yes,
being
ma'am.
evicted today. You have the right to appeal. I want you to be very clear about what I'm giving you as information, okay? Today, the plaintiff has proven, and you've acknowledged, that rent was not paid on time as required by the lease. That's all that's required for them to evict you. I'm not listening at all to any of the allegations about other lease violations because those were not as part of the petition, right? Their petition said you didn't pay rent for May and June, and you've acknowledged that that happened. So that is all that's required, Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, Mr. Jackson, let me finish. Let me finish, and then I'm gonna let you answer. I'll answer some questions for you, okay? Today, the judgment is for the plaintiff. It's an eviction, but they're not asking for any money because you don't really owe any, it sounds like. You've caught yourself up, but you still paid late. And the fact that you paid late is all that they have to prove to evict you, okay? If you have issues in their property, you absolutely can reach out to any of those legal aid providers. They can also assist you if you wish to appeal. You have 5 days to appeal, and that is it. The law cannot extend it. Tomorrow is day 1, and it's 5 calendar days. Mr. Jackson, if you don't appeal, on day 6 is the soonest legally the landlord can make you move out. All right, you have at least 5 more days. The soonest the landlord can legally make you leave would be on day 6. And that's if they come to me and get a writ of possession. The landlord has up to 60 days. So 60, right? So they may wait day 10, day 15, day 30 before they come and get a writ of possession. But they cannot do it any sooner than day 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jackson, if you want to appeal my decision, you absolutely can. Mr. Lee, you can appeal my decision as well, since it's just going to be an award of possession and cost of court. The appeal bond for either side would be $208, which is what is the defendant's monthly rent, and this is a non-payment case. And since rent has been made current, that seems reasonable to both parties. Mr. Jackson, if you want to appeal and you can't afford the appeal bond, you may very well, and I think quite likely you would qualify for an affidavit of inability. However, even if you can appeal for free, In order to keep living in the unit beyond day 5, you have to pay $208 to the court. And we will give you very specific instructions about when and how to do that. Okay? Mr. Jackson,
Yes,
do you have
ma'am.
any questions for me about the timeline or the appeal bond or the information I've given you today?
Ma'am, I think you made yourself quite clear. I think I understand what you were saying.
All right.
Um,
Mr. Jackson, very good luck to you. Reach out to legal aid and see if they can provide you some assistance going forward.
Ma'am, I just want to let you know that Mr. Hong Lee put my life in jeopardy here. Never did a repair, a mold, or anything here. Never. He's been a slumlord.
All right. And Mr. Jackson, I'll also say, I hope no one used any inappropriate language. The thing that you said someone said to you is disgusting, and I hope that was not true. If it is, shame on them. All right. Mr. Lee, do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor, I do want to say that Mr. Jackson threatened our contractors with a gun. And
No, you threat. I got a criminal trespass.
Hey, Mr. Lee, Mr. Jackson, y'all can sling that mud someplace else. You've got your case. Everyone's excused. All parties can leave the room. Thank you. All right, next is going to be 20.